So this is kind of interesting thing that's come up. It's about the priority of healing, kind of the order in which trauma is healed. It's looking like, as far as I can tell, that it's a first in, first out type scenario, which is a computer science term. Essentially what that would mean is there's a stack of trauma, right? The bottom is the first trauma and successive trauma stacked on top of it in the body. And I would have thought that the top trauma is the first to come out and you're going back deeper and deeper and deeper, but it looks like it's actually the opposite in my experience. I don't know if this is true for everybody. I think it might be, because it corresponds with what happens in ceremony with people. There's a thing called a nada, where you take the medicine and then it just puts you to sleep. It puts you to sleep, you sleep through the whole thing, and what she's doing is working on past life or lineage traumatic events, right? She's working on stuff way in the back, in the past. Looking at my life so far and what's come up, I know that in Amaru, in the jungle, it was some past life stuff that was released and healed. In Bosnia, it was some past life stuff. And then Arrhythmia, I let go of some unworthiness, which I think a ton of unworthiness in the first ceremony, which was past life. It must have been, because then in the second ceremony, I reconnected with the witch that I've talked about, which was a past life part of me. And then in the third ceremony, I connected to some childhood trauma when I was born, a newborn. Just when I was born, it was trauma from when I was a baby. And it seems like now that there's another layer of anger, fear, and a deep sadness, which is usually what you will find when you're dealing with trauma. And I'm kind of in the anger phase of dealing with this next layer. And it's that pattern that is getting into confrontations with William, my eldest son. It's so angry. And it's like he is the one person that really triggers this particular trauma for whatever reason. So I'm trying to dive into that. Obviously, it's something that happened. It feels like it's something that happened in this life to me. So I'm trying to figure out when was the last time I remember feeling, or the first time I remember feeling this kind of, this anger. So I don't know. I don't know yet, but I'm sure it'll come up. But yeah, just interesting to see that that's apparently how it works. First trauma that you experienced, even if it's in a past life, is the first to be healed, and you go from there. Which kind of makes sense. We're cleaning up the past and getting closer and closer to the present moment. So, cool. Bye.